So guys, there is serious problem for Justice James Omotosho, and I can categorically confirm to you now that there is fire on the mountain. The ICC has gotten involved in this very case of Nnamdi Kanu, and they have told Justice James Omotosho that he has to provide the section of the law that gives him the power and the authority to sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. And the cries that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, and the cries that Justice Omotosho illegally sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment has already gotten to America too, because the American veterans has come out now and also requested Justice James Omotosho to provide evidence giving him the power to sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Before heading to further details in this very session, if you are new to this YouTube channel, kindly hit the subscribe bell below, because this channel, I bring you all training updates and everything you need to know regarding Nnamdi Kanu. So in today's session, there are two different video clips I'll be displaying here for you guys to watch. I find it necessary to display these video clips for you in order for you to watch and also listen to what they had to say regarding Nnamdi Kanu and Justice James Omotosho, because from the look of things, Omotosho is in serious problem because the International Criminal Court of Justice has already come into this very case, siding Nnamdi Kanu and also telling Omotosho that he has to provide to them the section of the law that gives him the power to illegally sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Well, without wasting much of your time, I'll be letting you guys to watch the two video clips we have for you today. And after watching these two video clips, I'll be showing you in details where the American veterans have come out and said, look, there was illegality on November 20th in the sentencing of Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment, that Omotosho had no rights, and they've also said that there were procedural breaches in that very judgment that was read out by Justice James Omotosho. Because if at all you watch that very judgment on November 20th, you will notice that Omotosho, that very judgment he was reading out was given to him. That very judgment was scripted. It was a purported plan to make sure that they make Nnamdi Kanu to suffer, and it was also a purported plan to send Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. And to show you how things are, the next day, the following day, they sent Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto prison, far away from Abuja, where he wouldn't be able to file an appeal comfortably. Without wasting your time, I would like you guys to watch these two videos. After watching these two videos, we are going to be heading straight to what the American veterans had to say about this very case.
Sorry to say that man is an illiterate.
Wait.
Sincerely, I don't think he got there by merit.
Wait, I understand.
I think we should call him Injustice Omotosho. Sincerely speaking, right?
Injustice Omotosho.
Yeah, Injustice, not Justice Omotosho.
Injustice Omotosho.
Yes, Injustice, that should be his name. He does not merit that post.
Wait. I want to understand.
He does not merit it.
Wait. Nnamdi Kanu was not caught killing somebody.
No.
Nobody testified that he killed somebody.
No.
Or that he sent them to go and kill. So you sentenced somebody because of what he said.
No.
To life imprisonment.
Yes.
And the prosecutor was asking for death sentence.
Yes. On what ground?
Jesus Christ.
This is, see, we are not even backing him. Let's assume he committed the crime. Let's assume. Okay? But quote the law on which you are passing judgment. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? For me, that is my worry. Okay, let's assume Nnamdi Kanu committed that. Let's assume what they said, everything they said is true. Okay, but what is the law? On which law are you judging him? Why you cannot quote it?
Or are they going to rehabilitate him?
I don't know. Let's
and send him into the army.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do to terrorists.
This is shame. This is shame of a century. And okay, you see, that have brought also the case before the Congress in America. And one of the Congress guy was saying that Nigeria judiciary is a mess.
And these guys don't even care. These guys don't even care.
No, they don't care because they are evil. They don't care because they are corrupt. You know, that is they thrive in that situation. You understand? Yeah, if something should go normal, all of them will be relevant. In a second.
People who think this way cannot compete.
Never.
They cannot compete in a standard situation. They are thriving because of Nigeria is like this.
Yes.
And you cannot see
in a lawlessness.
You in a country that is that runs on principle and law. That judge cannot be a judge.
Never.
It's not possible.
Never.
And that prosecutor cannot get a job.
Never.
It is simple that this is how it is, but because of how Nigeria, these people, what they do is they'll find somebody they can use, then they will promote that person. Appoint the Tinubu.
Yeah, that's what they
judges.
Do. You remember?
Tinubu have appointed judges, people that he will be using to execute his illegal jobs, whatever that he wants to do.
You see, this man, our current president Tinubu, is a bad guy.
Hello, I'm delighted to share this news with you today concerning the prime son of Igbo land, Nnamdi Kanu. Don't go nowhere. Watch this video.
Nnamdi Kanu from Omahia here. The Nigerian state has made him the man that has been on the headline more than every Nigerian, both dead and alive. There is no Nigerian as popular as him today. Nobody has been. And it is the Nigerian state that made it so. In every mouth of all the presidents of the world, they have all mentioned Nnamdi Kanu. Even if he died now, he is dying as a man who has made a mark no Nigerian has ever done. He didn't do it with God. He did it with words. And there is something I admire in that young man. In as much as some of his philosophies I disagree with, but I admire courage. And that courage you can only find in the loins of Jacob. That courage you can only find in the loins of Abraham. And that courage you can only find with those who have said, the dying is Christ, the live is life. That courage is not a Nigerian kind of courage. Nigerians are beginning to confess. The emir of Kano, who was the governor of Central Bank at the time, when they approached Nnamdi Kanu, he was unable to keep it. In his words, the Sanusi said, they said Igbo people love money, but I have seen one man that doesn't love money. As a central bank governor, he's aware. He said this man was offered amount of money that is unspeakable, but he refused the money. And in his words, he said what that man said was Biafra or nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, the other day, somebody woke up and began to shout, Oduduwa Republic, Oduduwa Republic. And they called him aside and they gave him some dollars. Till today, we don't hear from him anymore. He ran to Germany and he ran into Essen and he's just keeping his school. I went to preach in Essen not too long and I saw him as a look at. It is not about the man, it is beyond the man. Every member of our State House of Assembly signed the letter that was sent to the president demanding, not begging, demanding, let him. China was supporting Nigeria before, saying Trump cannot threaten Nigeria. Go and read the article of China as of 2 days ago. China have joined to say what nonsense is that. The heart of the king is in the hands of God. As we are talking, on Thursday, Putin has released a statement. These people have suffered too much. Let them go.
So guys, before heading into details of what the American veterans has just said, permit me to use this opportunity to update you that Nnamdi Kanu has just struck back, and the courts will hold its first motion hearing for Nnamdi Kanu's appeal on the 8th of this very month, which is this coming Monday, and that very sitting will take place in the courts in Abuja. So let's head straight into the news of today in details. Activists allege procedural breaches, call for examination of court transcripts. A coalition of self-determination activists on Friday asked Nigerians and international community to examine the transcripts of court proceedings in the trial of leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB Nnamdi Kanu. According to them, an examination of transcripts of the proceedings of the trial would show that the breaches undermined fair hearing and the integrity of the judicial system. The statement was jointly signed by Dr. Sylvester Onya for AVID, Benson Nwankwo for Ambassadors for Self-Determination, and Mazi Maxwell Dede for Rising Sun Foundation. In quotes, they said, "We, American veterans of Igbo descent, AVID, Ambassadors for Self-Determination and Rising Sun Foundation, issue this statement to alert the international community, Nigerian public, the legal fraternity, and all institutions committed to democratic governance that two grave procedural breaches occurred in the recent judgments delivered by Justice Omotosho in the case involving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These breaches undermine the very pillars of fair hearing, constitutional order, and the integrity of the Nigerian justice system. We urge Nigerians, legal experts, civil society organizations, and members of the press to take the time to carefully review the publicly available certified true copies (CTCS) of the court transcripts and proceedings. These documents speak for themselves, the statement said. The activists noted that anyone who reads the record will see how step by step the handling of the case departed from established legal procedure, sidelined constitutional safeguards, and ultimately undermined justice and the rule of law. Stressing that transparency demands that the public examine the record firsthand, the activists went ahead to identify the alleged procedural breaches that they said undermined the trial. They specifically noted that the court relied on a struck-out charge to secure the conviction. During the early stages of the case, the court struck out 8 counts, including count 14, which alleged that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu incited the destruction of public property during the EndSARS protests. The statement explained, but the statement added in the final judgments, the judge explicitly referenced that destruction of public property (Lagos Airport) took place during the EndSARS protests as a reason for convicting Mazi Kanu. The court's action, the activists claim, is a fundamental legal error because a defendant cannot be convicted on an allegation not properly before the courts. In quotes, the Constitution guarantees a defendant's rights to know the precise charges he must defend. Importing facts from a struck-out count violates the principles of criminal justice and constitutes a miscarriage of justice. A conviction built on an allegation that legally no longer exists is inherently unsafe, the statements argued. The second procedural error, according to the statements, is denial of the right to file a final written address. The statements allege that the judge denied the defense the opportunity to file a final written address, a right the Supreme Court consistently affirms as a vital component of fair hearing. According to the activists, although the court repeatedly instructed the defense to raise its objections in the final written address, however, when the time came to file that address, the court foreclosed the defense and immediately proceeded to deliver judgments. The statement said the court's alleged action violated Section 36 of the Constitution, which guaranteed the right to be heard, creating an appearance of predetermined outcome, thereby undermining the public's trust in judicial neutrality. The activists demanded urgent corrective action concerning the breaches. In quotes, they said, "For the sake of justice, constitutional order, and Nigeria's democratic credibility, these issues must not be ignored. They demand scrutiny, accountability, and urgent corrective action," the statements stressed. This was the statement by the American veterans based in US, saying that the very judgments by Justice James Omotosho on Nnamdi Kanu was illegal and they were procedural breaches in that very judgments. At this point in time, I'll let you guys tell me what you feel about this in the comment section below. Do well to like this video. Do well to express yourself in the comment section below. And do well to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any trending updates whenever it comes to lights.